Hello, everyone. So, this is Andre. How are you doing tonight? So, as I announced this morning, we're going to do something a little different these days because of the Business Mondays. So, Jose normally does a little post or story, or she'll put on a video, she'll create one, or she'll do things for you guys to inform you on how it works on the social media marketing side of things. So for the next 7 weeks, yes, I said 7 weeks, I will be demystifying what the algorithms for the different platforms that we use actually work. It's a subject that's very um, complicated. So I'm going to try to break it down, I should say, to a level where you guys can actually understand everything that's going on. Okay? So, what's an algorithm? We're going to look at that. We're going to see how it works, and then we're going to look at little tips. Like I said, we're breaking it down, making it very simple for you guys so that you can understand. And at any time, you just click on the link that you see at www.markup.com and you go and find out what we're all about and join our beautiful community. So, how does everything work with algorithms? This week, we're going to start with something very special, something that everyone uses. It's more than 3 billion people on the planet that use it on a monthly basis. So, we're going to talk about Facebook. What is the algorithms with Facebook, how it works, and how do we get around it to be able to get more views, more likes, more shares, and be at that top of that feed that we have every time we open Facebook? What is going on with that stupid feed all over Facebook? Who has the most viral posts and things like that? So it's very important that we actually demystify everything. So here it goes. What is the algorithm? At any time, if you guys have questions, post them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as we go. I can see them and we'll see if I can answer them. Like I said, it should last about 5 to 10 minutes maximum. So it's very complicated. Yes, there's many things that we have to look at when we actually do speak about algorithms. When we're talking about Facebook, it's basically the way the Facebook controls the ordering of presentations of posts. So basically, how in what order will the posts show up on your Facebook feed? Okay, and then it's also going to determine which users see what is the most relevant to them. So if something's very relevant to me, like if I like puppies and I'm in all of the puppy groups there is on Facebook, and I'm always commenting on different puppy posts and things like that. Well, Facebook will actually flag that and say, "Oh, Andre likes puppies, so let's show him what puppies are all about." So they'll put in my feed everything that has to do with puppies. So an algorithm with Facebook basically controls what you see, and it goes according to certain things. So, what are those things? Do you guys have a guess? Yes? No? Well, it's actually everything that has to do with your relationships, your content type, your popularity, and your recency. So, what is relationships? It's basically the posts that are from you, from your business, or from a news source in the public or a public figure that the user will use to engage with people. So basically, if I'm engaging with people and I'm creating a relationship with them, so they're creating likes to come to my page, they like my things. So that's something that will actually affect the algorithm. So all of the messages, the tagging, if you engage with them, put likes, hearts, cares, And if you follow them, that's the most important one. Then the content type. So what kind of media are you putting? Is it a post? Is it a video? Do you interact with the users when you post? Is it a poll? Is it a link to go see something off Facebook? So all of that has an influence on how it will affect your algorithm. The other thing is popularity. So is there a lot of people reacting to your post? So that's something that's very important. If people react to what you're posting, that will actually boost your algorithm, and a lot more people will be seeing that post. So that's very important. So popularity has to be important when you do your posts. Recency is how new is the post. So newer posts are placed higher on the list. So if you have a post and you haven't posted for 5, 6, 7 days, well, that post that was 5, 6, 7 days ago most likely won't be there anymore. People won't be seeing it. But if you're posting 2, 3 times a day, 4 times, well, then they will be more present on the Facebook feeds. So that's important. So let's see what you have to do. When you put a post on Facebook, first thing that's very important is that you actually take the time to reply to people. Yes, you have to reply. If someone writes a comment, write back to them. It's very important. If they direct message you, respond, because Facebook will actually know if you're doing this or not. It's also important to get your audience replying with each other. So if I'm posting something, you decide to respond, and another person decides to respond to you, well, it's important that you two talk together. So that's what brings your algorithm a lot better, okay? You have to aim for love rather than likes. So a lot of the time we put the little thumbs up, but actually in 2021, Facebook is trying to change the whole likes policy. So basically, it's very important to put hearts instead of thumbs up. Why the hearts? I don't know. That's just part of their strategy this year. Last year it was a thumbs up. So every year they change. Every month they change. It's always evolving. So basically, there's an evolution to the algorithm. So basically, please put little hearts on this video that you're looking at, so I can see all the love you guys are giving to me. The other thing is you have to post when people are online. Hey, my presentation's not following. That's what happens when you have too many screens. Post when people are online. Most of you don't know that you can actually see on Facebook when people are posting. In my case, between 9 in the morning and 6 o'clock at night, that's when people are online. So that's when we are going to post on our markup page. So it's very important that you actually post during these periods and make sure that people are online. If you post at 2 in the morning, when people are all asleep and not online, well, that will affect your algorithm. Less people will be seeing your posts. And when you get to the next morning, well, it's already been 12 hours since you've posted. So your post won't be showing up on people's feed right away. Skip the algorithm using Facebook stories. If you don't want something to affect your algorithm, use Facebook stories, because the Facebook stories does not affect the algorithm in no way. So if you post on your stories and you decide to only post stories, well, your algorithm will not be affected whatsoever. Your stories won't be put in priority or anything like that. So it's very important. Post videos, pictures, stories, be original. And stories, yes, use them, but not all the time. Then you're going to tend to your branded Facebook group. Sorry, I'm reading while I'm doing this at the same time, so it's a little difficult, but 3 screens and all that, I'm trying to manage everything. But anyways, when you are branding your stuff, it's very important that you stay consistent with what you're doing so that people actually are remembered of you every time you post. So if you post and you're not branded and you don't know, like people don't know you, they won't know who's posting. So if your posts are branded, you have colors that are referred to in all of your posts, or a logo or things like that, it'll remind people of you every time that they'll be on Facebook. So when they see a picture, even if your name's not there, just because of your logo or because of a consistent color, they'll be able to track you fairly easily. Go lives, famous go lives. I'm actually doing one right now. So that's very important. Go lives are extremely important for your algorithm. They're actually the number one thing to do to be able to raise your algorithm to its max. So yes, do go lives, but do not only do go lives. You have to vary. So you have to make sure that your go lives are well placed and try to plan them. Right now, I've told you right away, for the next 7 weeks, every Monday we'll be doing something different for algorithms. And trust me, not every platform works the same way. Next week, we'll be seeing something else that is completely different. And I'll be announcing it tomorrow, what we're going to be looking at next week. Become a fave. What's that mean exactly? Basically, people have to like you. Make sure that they like you. Put pictures, posts, things that are inviting, that make people want to see more of you. So that's very important. Make long form video that people want to watch. So that feeling of desire that you want people to have, that's very important for the algorithm. People will actually be triggered to go see your Facebook page and go through your material. So that's what you want to create in your user. Then you want to avoid all clickbaiting, misinformation, or other evil things. Stay away from violence. People, we don't need it. Stop telling people, click here, click here. Hey, I want some likes. If you want to put a like, you put a like. If you want to put a heart, put a heart. I prefer you put hearts on my videos because it actually raises my algorithm. But will I actually push you to do it? No. So be nice with each other. Don't clickbait. Don't spam. Just give the information out. Be precise. Actually research your stuff before you post something. It's very important. And violence, you try to avoid it at all costs. And expand your reach via your best advocates. Try to use people that you are trustworthy of, that you actually trust, I should say, to be able to share your material. That's important. If you get shares, and try to get it done by people that you actually trust, and try not to ask everyone to do it because not everyone is trustworthy. So just be careful of that. So that's that for the algorithm. Like I said, 5 to 10 minutes. It's not too long. But before I leave you, I'm actually going to give you tips about Facebook. What is important for you to do? Just give me a little second. And here we go. 10 tips, not very complicated. We keep it simple. Very important. 1, optimize your profile picture. Do not put a cartoon. Do not put a family picture. Just put a picture of your face. Or again, if it's a business page, put your logo. Every time you're going to put a comment, that picture will be there. So if it's a family picture, it's going to be so small and there's going to be too much stuff in your picture. So try to make it as clear as possible. 1 person at the most. And if you want to put a logo, it's even better. Okay? Be engaging. Engage with people. Talk with them. Put comments. If someone writes to you in the comments, write back. Try to make links with people. Connect with them. Very important. Put great content on. Don't put stuff that's not worth it. Don't talk about the weather. Talk about things that are meaningful to you and will be meaningful for others. Important to put image posts. Don't just put text. Facebook likes images and videos. When you put videos, don't put 5-minute videos. Put short videos, 1 to 2 minutes. Try to do go lives. So things that are that have an image. An image is worth 1,000 words. So remember that. Complete your about section. That's very important. A lot of people forget that. Who are you? Write it in your about section. Complete that section on Facebook. It's going to be very important. It's going to help you a lot. Put a clear cover image. A lot of the time, people don't have a cover image. They'll just basically have the Facebook template and that's it. So make it pretty. Make it like you, but make it an image of yourself. So take care of your cover image. Be consistent. Don't talk about dogs 90% of the time and then trees 2% and then your business 1 and then schooling another 3. Try to be consistent. 30-30-30 or 20-80 or be consistent. And don't go from cars to airplanes to motorbikes to, if you want to talk about motors, go ahead. Stay in motors. But don't go from music instruments to electric cars to, try to keep it as consistent as possible. And once in a while, throw something in there. Throw one of your likes, things that you actually do. But your basics, if it's your family, talk about your family. Put pictures of your family, the activities you do together. Stay as much to your subject as possible. Diversify the content, like I said. Don't go everywhere one day, post only about one thing, the next day the other thing. Try to equal it out all over the place. It'll be a lot nicer. Hashtags. A lot of people say it's good. Another bunch say it's not good. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for the comment. It's very nice. You said great content and tips. Really enjoy this. Well, thank you. So hashtags, some people like them, some people don't. On Facebook, they are important. They have been for a few years now. Basically, what's important about hashtags on Facebook is that you don't overdo it. Don't put 10 hashtags. Use 1 or 2 hashtags on Facebook. And when you do use hashtags, it's very important that you actually look up the hashtag before you actually use it. Sometimes you'll decide to put hashtag summertime or something like that. And when you're going to actually look up what the hashtag is, instead of being beach pictures and things about the summer, it's going to be music videos and things like that for the jazz song Summertime. So you never know what you can get. So make sure that you look at your hashtags before you actually use them, especially with Facebook. We try to use hashtag markup all the time. And we know it's ours because we're the only ones that actually use it. So if you actually look up hashtag markup, it's always going to be pictures of markup. Maybe once in a while you'll see an odd picture or an odd post in there, but most of the time it's our hashtag. So make sure you look it up. And then add CTA, that's click to action. Hi, Andrea. And yes, hashtags are important. You said good point. Thanks. You're welcome. So add the CTA, so it's click to action. It's very important that you actually ask people to do something on your post. Ask them to engage with you, to interact. So that's something that's very important. Hi, Zor. You're very welcome also. So click to action, very important. And you ask people and be clear what you ask them to do. And don't be vague. Go to the point, okay? Now, I see there's a few people on here. Does anyone have any questions so far? I'm going to give a few seconds to people. No. So, no problem. If there's anything, you can actually reach us via LinkedIn, Google My Business. I know Melissa lately has used Google My Business with John. So that's something that's important. If you can actually place yourself on Google My Business, that'll be cool. TikTok also. TikTok is a platform that's really fun. I believe it's one of the next ones that we're going to be seeing the algorithm. So next week, look for TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you look on our business page, you're going to see in the tabs at the top, right beside the About section, you'll have our YouTube tab and our Twitter tab. So you'll be able to see what our Twitter looks like and all that. So you can follow us on YouTube and Twitter via those tabs, no problem. And Facebook, of course, there's our personal pages, me and Jose, and there's our business page. Now, Andrea, you asked the question, how do you click to action so Facebook does not hate you? Aha, very good question. So click to actions is things that you have to do once you're seasoned on your Facebook. You have to be careful not to do it in the first 2, 3, 4 months of actually being on Facebook. So if you do it, do so, but you have to be careful. So don't go ahead and say, okay, go and follow me on my TikTok account. That's not something you want to do. Like for me, for example, I've actually put a YouTube tab on my Facebook. So I'm not taking people off Facebook. So Facebook cannot not like me. They're staying on Facebook. So if I want them to go follow me on Facebook, they can just go and to my YouTube tab, click follow on the YouTube tab. You're not going off the tab. You're staying on your Facebook tab. So basically, just follow my YouTube account and my Twitter account, and that'll be awesome. You can also ask people to do likes, but clickbaiting people is not something Facebook really likes. So do an ad. Go towards advertising and ask people to do a likes campaign instead of going directly through your Facebook page. Tony, you're very welcome for the comment. It's my pleasure to give you guys information. And I hope I answered your question, Andrea. If there's anything else, feel free to put comments into this video and I'll be able to answer you directly. Melissa, you wrote, I would like to learn more about those tabs you can add to your business page on Facebook. Awesome. So I can do that one time on one of my business evenings. I can even contact you directly to show you. It's a little more technical, but I'll be able to show you exactly how that works more in private because it's something more complicated. And I want to keep it more simple for people here on Facebook. So I'll contact you directly to be able to do that with you. On that note, have a beautiful evening, everyone. And if there's anything I can do for you, feel free to send me a little message and I'll get back to you. Take care.